Hey guys, I hope you guys have been having a great week. We are gearing up for another downfall of snow, but I like it. We are going to be talking about herbal alliances. There are three power herbs that will be super great if you can start incorporating them into your daily diet. They're going to balance out your hormones so things will be more harmonious for you. So let's get started, and I hope you guys enjoy today's session. Hey guys, this is Sandy White from Simply Fit, your number one health and wellness cheerleader. And on today's segment, this is week 2, month 2, we are talking about 3 superfoods that will help you have a more harmonious hormone balance. And they are ashwagandha, red clover, and matcha. How many of you guys have heard of that? How many of y'all know that they will keep you calm, give you lots of energy, keep your brain functioning where you don't have all of those brain fogs? And if you don't know, these 3 are not like any energy booster you are familiar with. The energies booster that you guys are most likely used to, they give you a high and then drop you down really quick where you have a energy crash. We're not going to have that with this one. So let's jump into what these 3 energy boosters can do for your body and what the benefits are. So the purpose of us talking about herbal alliances is so that you can have an effective way and a strategic way to start each and every one of your days. This again will balance out your hormones, and it's going to keep your insulin levels stable, and it's going to start, as I mentioned, your day off right with all of the ingredients that I'm going to be sharing with you today. You just dump them all in a blender, drink it, and you're going to have outstanding energy. One of the super herbs that I'm going to be sharing with you, I'm going to suggest that you do that no later than 10 o'clock in the morning. I made the fatal mistake of taking the matcha, which is the third herbal alliance. I took it, I want to say maybe, and I'm thinking this is not late. I took it about between 1 and 3. Well, let me just share with you, I did not get sleepy until 3:30, between 3:30 and 4:30 in the morning. But keep in mind, I couldn't lay down. I had to get started for that day. So when you do the matcha, please take it early in the morning, no later than 10 o'clock. Do not take it after 10 o'clock, or you will be up all day and night. So let's jump into the 3 herbs, and it's more than this, but I just want to hit you guys up with the first 3. And like I normally tell you, pick what you think is going to work best for you, that you know you can be consistent with, and then add in the other. Here to remind you and to share with you all of the health and wellness strategies that are simple and effective. And today we're going to be exploring how everyday herbs can support your hormone harmony. We're also going to be sharing with you, when you incorporate these herbs, how they'll be helping you feel more energized, balanced, and you will be able, I'm telling you, to tackle the day. But remember the one that I told you, keep that one in mind. The matcha, do not take that one at the end of your workday. You want to take that before 10 o'clock, because when I tell you it's going to energize you, it is going to energize you more than you are, which I'm telling you, let me share this. Matcha to me is so calming. It's a calming herb, but it kicks in where you don't even realize that it kicks. It's a subtle kick, and when I say subtle, it is super gentle, super soothing to your body. And when I tell you, I was just rocking and rolling. And when I realized, I looked at the clock, not realizing it was 3:30 in the morning. And I'm like, I might as well just stay up because at 5 o'clock, 5:30, I gotta get up. So I just went on and started my morning routine, your morning shower and brushing your teeth and all of that wonderful stuff. Getting my kids ready for school. I'm telling you, do not do this after 10 o'clock. You will be up like the Energizer Bunny, like I was. Now, here's the other thing. Matcha is an acquired taste. So I'm a little uh, bias, but I want to tell you, the more you go down this health and wellness road, your taste buds will automatically shift from all of the processed foods to more of the natural balanced ones, and so it won't be so evasive to your taste buds, if that's gonna help you guys. I don't want to scare you, but I do want you all to try it. So the three superfoods are going to be ashwagandha, red clover, and matcha. So we're going to go through each one of them so you can kind of get a feel of what each one of them, what are the benefits for each one of them. And then, like I said, when you incorporate these, you need to keep in mind, do I want to incorporate all of them at one time, or do I want to do one at a time? Because there's a smoothie. I'm going to give you guys all of the ingredients, and you just really just dump everything in your blender and you get going. So they're not like some nutrients you can take. It kind of gives you a jump, like the caffeine ones. You can feel it, like it for some people makes your heart palpitate, or you may feel a burst of energy and then you crash. Well, even though I was up until 3:30 in the morning, I didn't get a crash. It just kind of subtly, it's kind of, it's not like boiling water with the matcha. I didn't even realize that my energy was going like that. I just noticed that all of the items on my checklist, I pretty much just, I was checking them off, but I pretty feel like I was rushing. I just felt like I had extended hours and I was taking my time. And I just wasn't tired. This is, again, why I'm telling you guys, do not take it after 10 o'clock unless you don't mind being up until 3:30 in the morning and pretty much having to go until like 4 or 5:30 the next day before you can get some sleep. If you don't mind, I don't mind. But you don't want to make a habit of that. So I do want to do that PSA announcement. The matcha, you don't want to take it after 10 o'clock. It needs to be done before 10 o'clock. All right, so let me jump into the benefits of each of these. All right, so our first one is the ashwagandha, and the ashwagandha is going to help support your body so that it can relieve you of unnecessary stress, and is going to support your overall hormonal balance, and it is an adaptogen, which is excellent. Now, let me tell you about the red clover. The red clover is going to assist you so that you can have better bone health, and it's going to help your hormones fluctuate properly. And the last one, which I so enjoy. One of the other things, make sure that the matcha does not have a lot of sugar, and it doesn't have a lot of added sugar, because a lot of them that, like, I have been coming across, they have so much sugar in it, and it has added sugar. You don't want that one, and you may steer clear of it if you try the organic one first. But again, I want to make sure that you understand it should not have a lot of sugar in it. And when I say a lot of sugar, like maybe 2 to 3 grams of sugar, and it should not have additional sugars in it. So again, the red clover is going to assist with your hormonal functions, and it's going to support bone health. And then matcha, my favorite, it's energy boosting. It's going to stabilize your mood, and it's going to help support your endocrine system. Again, the best one, in my opinion, because I got kids and we're constantly doing a whole bunch of stuff. I need the energy. I want the energy. But again, I cannot stress this enough. If you acquire the taste and you like it, hit me up and let me know if you made that fatal mistake. Because once it gets good and you're like, I love the energy, and you don't crash, it's just subtle. Everything is subtle. Nothing is, a super high, like, you feel like you're just bursting with energy. Everything's gonna pop out of your chest, and then you just crash and you have to sleep for days. No. But if you do it the way I'm suggesting to you, do it before 10, and by 10 o'clock at night, you're gonna be ready to wind down. But it is going to be so smooth. Everything is just smooth with these three natural herbs. You're just going to be super excited about it. Now with the ashwagandha, you can get that in a powder, you can get it in a chew. I would suggest a powder because you can stick it in a tea or you can stick it in a smoothie. And my suggestion is a smoothie because I really don't like it when you start your morning off with sugars, because it really does blow your it kind of blows your system out, and then you end up craving sugar throughout the whole day, and it just messes with your hormonal fluctuations. So a lot of the hot flashes and the things that a lot of people want to associate with being older, it's how we're eating. So if we can eat better and we can really start incorporating a lot of the items from the low glycemic alkaline side of the chart, you will start seeing a lot of ailments and uncomfortability really just start to fade away. And again, we got this way from food, you can undo it from food. And now with the red clover, it can be, again, of which I was surprised. It could be in a powder form or it can be in a tea form. So you can brew it as a tea or you can add it as a powder supplement. I've never tried it as a powder supplement, so I don't know like how that's going to taste. But again, since everything is going to be in a smoothie, it really shouldn't be so bad. But don't quote me on that, because with the tea you can brew a little bit, like 8 ounces of it, put it in the smoothie. Like when you do it, don't put it in the smoothie hot. Let it get cold, because you're going to be adding ice to it. You're not even going to be drinking it warm. You're just doing it so that the flavonoids can come out into the water. And then with the matcha, I only do it in a powder form. I've never done it in anything else. Now, I've heard suggestions of putting it in your oatmeal. For me, that it don't sound right. And it kind of, like someone could be telling you about a particular food and your taste buds start to, like, ooh, tingle, like spidey sensors. Well, when I hear matcha and oatmeal, that's kind of like eating a lemon, just like biting into it raw. You know how like that just makes you kind of like cringe on the inside. Like we like lemonade, we like squeezing the lemon over our salmon. There are places for it, but Yeah, I don't want that raw, like the way lemon makes you, that sensation. That's what like matcha and oatmeal kind of does for me. But you might like it. So I'm gonna get off my soapbox. Anyway, so most of y'all have these herbs already in your pantry. You just pretty much weren't sure how to utilize them. So anyway, you can check your cabinet and then let's just work our way one at a time, and then the following, and try it for a whole week. And when I say, reason I say that, because you want to document, how do you feel? Did you like it? And like, did you want it in a tea form? Did you not like it in the smoothie? Excuse me. And then add in the second one and the third one. But don't do them all at one time, because you won't kind of get an idea what you like, don't like. Because if you add them all, reason I'm saying this, because if you add them all in there, then you're like, there's some kind of a taste in there and I don't know what I like, what's going on. You won't know what to take out. So that's why I say, if you do one at a time, you get the taste, you get to be able to document how you felt from it, when you felt when it kicked in for you, or how you were like, man, normally I'm stressed out during this time, but then I took the ashwagandha and I was just like super stress free. And if you add in, because they kind of all on they cross paths, so to speak. So you want to make sure that you give yourself an opportunity to experience each one of them individually, and then you can add them all together. I hope that all makes sense to you. Now, the matcha, as I told you, it supports your energy, your mood, and it is great to add in for hormonal health. So if you're having lady problems, if you're having night sweats and feeling clammy at night, this is going to be excellent for you. And now with the alkaline foods, I want to give you guys 10 of those. There's multiple, but we don't have time to go through all of those. But I want to give you, and they're not the top 10, but I want to say the better thing is they're more of an everyday alkaline that you can utilize. Spinach, kale, you can add spinach, kale to your soups, spinach to your salads, spinach to your smoothies. You can add kale to your smoothies, and I like to add them individually. I don't like adding kale to my smoothies, but I do like adding it into like soups or additional, like when I layer stuff. So if I have the kale and the salmon, but I will try this recipe because kale isn't it's not overpowering when you put it in a smoothie. Neither is the spinach. So you should be good with it. And then I'm going to go through the other ones, and I did write them down because I want to make sure I don't forget any of them. Cucumbers, cucumbers help you so you can stay hydrated. And avocados make your smoothie thicker. You want to add some ice to it. You want to add the lemon for digestion. All of these, again, they all kind of have their own specialty, but then they all kind of cross path. And then you have the broccoli. Now, broccoli is packed with your vitamins, and it's going to support with your detoxification. I've never added broccoli to my smoothie, so I'm going to suggest that when you do this, don't add the stem in it, even though that's where all of the nutrients are. You can actually just cut that up and put that in soup. I'm not telling you to throw the stem away. And then now, I am never going to add garlic to a smoothie, but I have heard individuals do that. But you can use the garlic in another, like I cook with it all the time. I'm never going to add it to a smoothie. One of the main reasons it is extremely powerful. So you don't want to start your morning off with garlic breath. So when I saw the recipe, I was just like, yeah, no, I will add it to something else. And I prefer to have baked garlic. It kind of helps where the flavor is still bold, but it's not the flavor on your taste buds are not so overpowering that if you have to get a little close to someone in their personal space, you won't be offensive to them. You know what I'm saying? And then ginger. Ginger is a natural inflammatory and rich ingredient, and it aids in your digestion as well. Now, I will do like this for some people, this amount of ginger is going to, for some people, is like too much, but I can do two of those because I enjoy ginger that much. And think about if you're doing 24 ounces of a smoothie, it's going to balance it out. It's going to be, and I want a nice kick in the morning time. That way you're not drinking having unnecessary caffeine. You're not drinking your calories like that. And you're not, sometimes, depending on which and how much of the coffee, you can kind of put yourself in a hydration situation. Coffee isn't bad, it's just sometimes people can overdo it. And even though there are things that are natural, you can overdo natural as well. So you want to do everything where it's portion control. And then the bell peppers, that's not going in your smoothie, but that's on the alkaline list. And then the almonds. Now, almonds, you can sprinkle that on top of your smoothie, or you can just have them as a snack. 10 of them is a nice snack, and it's going, amazingly, you would not believe 10 almonds will keep you full. Now, I did oatmeal this morning, and I did, I'm gonna say, so it's like the chocolate chips, they're mini, and when I say mini, they are mini, and you only need a teaspoon, like a fourth cup or 2/4 of a cup of oatmeal, and you take hot water and you put it over the top, just like a smidget over the top of the oatmeal, and let it sit. You don't have to boil anything, and then you sprinkle a teaspoon of the mini chocolate chips, and you can get sugar free, but I just do natural. Because they're not super, it's not a lot of calories, not a lot of sugar. Wait it, let it melt it. Oh my goodness, it was so good. But I'm telling you, these items that I'm sharing with you, you have to watch it, because now I'm going to say I ate that oatmeal about maybe 8:30, between 8:30 and 9:30. I didn't want to eat again until it was between 2:30 and 3:30. That's a long time, but these are items that will keep you full, and they're so much better for your body. Just keep in mind that you want to eat when you're hungry, and if you don't want to snack in between, because there are a lot of y'all that are grazers, these foods are going to help you. But anything on the alkaline list is going to help you not to graze. If you don't like oatmeal, I got it, but I like it. It's warm. It's a warm food for me, to keep me warm during those winter times. And then for the smoothie, I just want to jump into that real quick. The smoothie is a half a cup of unsweetened almond milk. We don't like almond milk, use rice milk. But if you're not, most people can't deal with dairy. So I like almond. But again, pick the milk of your choice. Rice, goat, almond. I mean, if you can deal with dairy, I would do 1%. Then you want to do a half cup of the baby spinach, a half cup of the kale, and then half of a cucumber, chop it up, and then half of an avocado. And then the alkaline, if y'all want to know, So the spinach alkaline is number one. The kale alkaline on the alkaline list is number two. And the cucumber is alkaline and it's number three. Avocado is alkaline, is number four. And then you want to juice a fresh lemon, and you only want to use half of that, and then a small piece of the ginger, and you're going to feel so incredibly calm and just refreshed. And if you've been feeling kind of like foggy, you're not going to have that on that day. And that's another thing. If you're starting your morning off with sugar, it is going to affect the way that you think. So we don't want to have any more challenges with thinking and stress and all of that stuff, because unfortunately, a lot of people have to go back into the office. So this is why this recipe, in my opinion, is super helpful, because if you've been at home for since the pandemic, and now all of a sudden you got to go back into the office, it can be super stressful to some individuals. So try this over the weekend, get it down packed, and you can make more than one serving, but I wouldn't do more than 3 days at a time. You don't want, because these are all fresh ingredients. So fresh ingredients don't last long. So don't make more than enough for 3 servings. You can have one in the morning for 3 days. And remember, because you're putting the matcha in it, that's going to give you a lot of energy. You don't want to be drinking this after 10 o'clock. And now, in a nutshell, you just blend everything up, all of those ingredients. I'm going to put them on the screen, but all of the ingredients that I share with you guys, and put it in a nice, pretty bottle. Just don't skimp on yourself. You don't want to give your body and your mind any reason to kirk out on you. So just pamper yourself any way and whenever you can. And then you just enjoy yourself. And that's the beauty of all of this. So we talked about 3 superfoods: red clover, ashwagandha, and matcha. And the reason we decided to do that is so that you can have a harmonious hormonal balance, and you can be more calm and more brain fog free and stress-free going back into the office. I am Sandy White from Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader, and I hope you guys enjoy hanging out with us today on this segment. Remember, we are on WYTV7 broadcast, and we come on at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So make sure you like, subscribe, and share, and we'll see you guys next week. Mwah. Bye.